Okay, starting off on our netball lesson online, and hopefully we'll be back at school soon. Just a couple of activities at home that you'll be able to do. So all you need is a wall, and I've found myself a wall right here. And I've got a down ball. You can use a tennis ball, a down ball, any type of ball that you can that will bounce. And we are looking at our 4 R's. So our read, probably only responds if you're only playing with one, so read and respond. So how the ball is coming off the wall, we're going to read the ball and where it's going and make sure that we catch it. So all that we do to start up is our a drop, hit, bounce and catch. So when I say drop, we're going to use our hands as bats or as our rackets, or bats or rackets, and they are going to be our players with our ball. So I want you to drop, hit, bounce, catch, all right, and I want you to see if you can do that 10 times. So drop, hit, bounce, and catch. Okay, 10 times for drop, hit, bounce, and catch. Sounds pretty easy. Get used to using your hand as a bat. Second thing I want you to do, just to add a bit of a challenge, is that then you can increase your distance. So get a bit further away from your wall and do the same thing. So drop, hit, bounce and catch for a bit further away. And the second thing that you can do to challenge yourself is do it on an angle. So if I angle this ball, I've got to use one of my 4 R's. Okay, so I've got to read where the ball's going to go and react to get to it. Okay, so drop, hit, bounce, change the angle, and that I'll have to use my feet to get to the catch of that ball. All right, so first off, nice and close, 10. Second thing, challenge yourself, so move a bit further back in the distance. And also the fourth thing you can do is change your angle. So 10 goes at each of those. Now just to finish off with, if you've got someone to play with, you can play down ball, obviously against the wall. And that game is a great one. I see you guys playing it all the time at school. But if you're on your own at home, your challenge to finish off with the down ball is to play it up against the wall and see how many you can get in a row. Can you get 10 in a row without catching it? So just using your bat to keep coming up against the wall. So like this. I know you guys would be much better at it than I would. So let's get into it with our net wall using our down ball. Okay, if you've got a racket of some type, it would be fantastic to be able to use it in this part of the lesson. If you don't, we can go back to our hand racket. Everything is transferable. If you have a tennis racket, that would be awesome for this activity. But like I said, your hand racket is fine. If you've got a table tennis racket, a badminton racket, any type of racket is fine to use. But if it's not one of those types of rackets, then your hand is perfectly fine to do these activities with. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is, I'm going to put my balloon so it doesn't blow away. With your tennis racket and your tennis ball, if you've got a tennis ball, you can use the down ball that you were using. All I want you to do with your racket is to show me some racket control with the ball. So try and roll it around the outside of your tennis racket to get some control of the ball. All right, so rolling it around, try and get, whoa, much more than Mrs. Carroll. Try and get 10 circles on the head of your tennis racket. All right, so rolling it around in your racket to start. And then what I want you to do is just hit the ball to yourself. Moving your feet, probably not with a balloon in between your knees, but moving your feet, trying to get control of the racket, putting the ball up in front of you. Okay, so watching that ball, reading where the ball's going, reacting, moving your feet. Okay, your challenge here is to try and get as many as you can in a 3-minute period. So set a time of 3 minutes, start. All right, so I've got 3, that 3 is my highest. The time is going. Now I go again. So I got 10, okay, 10's my highest. Keep trying to get a better score in those minutes that go by, all right? With your hits, obviously you can do little hits to get 1,000 hits in a minute. Try to make sure they go at least just to above your head height to make it fair for everyone for maximum amounts of hits. All right, really good. And then what you can do to finish with our net wall is to really try and work on your forehand strike, and your forehand strike being as you face your playing space, and making sure that we step forward, we take the racket back, okay, and we break, and then we step through for our tennis shot. Okay, we're not going to go into too much detail online, but the idea is that when we go to hit a tennis shot, that we come from a high place to a low place, and then we follow through over our shoulder. Okay, so that's all we really need to do at home. Okay, if you've got a space where you can hit it up against the wall, awesome. So make sure you use our drop to serve, so it's an underarm type of serve, and we hit it up against the wall, and we keep going. Making sure we're reading where the ball goes and using the right amount of force for the distance that you have. So we won't need much of a back swing in my small space. And again, set your timer for about 3 minutes. See how many shots you can get up against the wall in that 3 minutes. All right, so just some basic netball activities to get us going for lesson 1. I have the balloon for a reason. If you're inside, you don't have that outside space, again, you can use your hand as a bat and do all those same activities. It's in a lot slower motion. It's like the sloth of, what was that, Zootopia? But that's okay. So try and hit that ball up with that hand, responding, reacting. And then you can practice your forehand strike and have a great big backswing and a smash because it is so light. All right, so there's lots of things you can do inside with a balloon that replicates what we're doing with our netball activities. So, outside against the wall, have some fun. Down ball, racket, ball or balloon, hand or racket, and have fun.